So think of it like this too. So let's say you got
She like, man, I need to call
four
him right
credit
now.
cards. Yeah.
She like, damn.
Yeah, because there's like 2 or 3 on there that I had that it's like 10, 15 years old. I mean, they don't have like no balance. It's just zero. They're just sitting open. And so I think I did, you know, how you can go on and you can dispute. And so I think I did like a dispute of the account. So I don't know if they're going to remove it or not.
Okay.
But
so yeah, be careful with that because let's say you got $20,000 limit, okay, credit limit, but you owe $10,000, okay. Well, you had a 50% utilization now. You need to get that down under 30%. But if I close 2 cards, now that 20,000 done went down to let's say 10 grand, and I might owe 7,500. My utilization just increased, right? So now I'm in a worse situation, and that'll bring my score down as much as not paying it on time. You know, so you want to make sure. Again, try to keep those balances low, but don't cancel. But don't go get 15 cards either, because that just puts you in a position of I got money, right? And you start utilizing that more, and then you find yourself right back in the same when something go wrong. What you want to do is focus on paying yourself, putting money back, because if you don't have that cash, remember cash is king. Okay, if you don't have that cash, then you're going to use credit again.
oh, you're right.
Right? Something goes down.
So that kind of leads into the next question of should you pay off your debt before you start saving and investing?
No, not my opinion, at least. What you think?
Yeah.
You think yeah?
No, I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I would say no. The moment to start investing and saving is now, and it'll forever be now. Because, for instance, my Riverside house, I need to renovate. Now, I had the thought of, so I owe like $9,000. I'm gonna get this thing together in a second, but I have this. I owe $9,000 on it, right? So I had this thought, okay, maybe I should just pay it off and then fix it up and rent it. I was like, no, I need to go ahead. And that's a debt, right? This is actually a great example. The $9,000 is debt. I need to put in probably, I don't know, let's just say $10,000 in work. Why not put the $10,000 in work into it, rent it out, and let the debt take care of itself? Or I could put the $9,000 into it, now I own it, but now I don't have the $10,000 and my house still needs work. You follow me?
I do.
You know what I mean? So my short answer to that is no. Invest now. I'm a firm believer, depending on where you are in your life. All right, and so I say this lightly. I put investing before saving. That's just me. In my life, that works for me personally, okay? I have a support system, whatever. I'm willing to take risks. I'm 33, no kids, no wife. I'm willing to take risks, all right? Everyone's not in that position. But if you are younger, you're willing to take risks, you have a support system, I believe in investing before saving.
Andre.
Yeah, again, he's in a very unique situation because he's investing in income streams that make sense. Like that, the most people won't have that opportunity.
Yeah, that's right.
And so they got to start paying themselves something. This is what we got to remind again. I tell the clients I'm fortunate to work with, you are a bill. Okay, every month that bill got to get paid. All right. And so there's no way around it, and you can't allow your debt situation to prevent you from paying yourself, okay? Because, again, it's a catch-22. The reason why I don't have cash is because I got debt, all right? And I got to pay so much in debt, which is why I don't have cash. And you start going in these circles, and you're just chasing your tail. So the time to save is now. Okay, stop investing in everybody else's restaurant, business, shoes, okay, cars, and pay yourself, okay, something, please. And because we become more creative in our thinking when we have access to resource, right? And what stresses us out is money, right? And you know what stress do to the body.
Yes, right? Lord,
and
we
so,
do.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. I mean, there's different scenarios. Mike's in a place where he can flip a house and make it pay $1,000 a month and pay that all the way down and it did create an income stream and it takes resource to do that too.
Absolutely.
So,
teamwork too.
Yep.
It takes teamwork.
Yep.
I didn't get into this space because I started off, I didn't know what I was doing. But when you have a team, a network, and even if you get two guys that don't know what they're doing, hopefully if you're with someone who's progressive, then you guys can figure it out. And so I did have a teammate. I continue to have teammates to fill in the gaps of what I don't know, help me with decisions and things of that nature. So teamwork, like you said, your position, be very acknowledge your position, be very aware of your position, because once you say I am in a unique situation, something of a unicorn maybe.
There you go.
Now I have a question just to go back just a little bit
Yes.
about just paying off debt first. Do you have any suggestions on let's say someone is starting off and they're trying to get disciplined and they definitely want to do it. Are you guys a fan of just automatically taking certain monies out and paying and just, are you a fan of that just to help someone get disciplined in it if they have it and they may not be able to do it, is maybe utilize some services where those monies are just automatically going to where they need to go?
I absolutely do think that it works all the time. Think about it like
Are you
this.
talking about like automatic withdrawal?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because see, if
you ain't gonna do
at
it.
the 401k, if they didn't just take that out, most people wouldn't have no money saved, because once the money in your hand, the emotion kicks in,
Ooh,
positive
Lord.
and negative. Oh my God, I got to pay this, and this got to be paid. Or, oh my God, I really did say the sale today. I got to go do it. And so you start having regrets. So if you can't discipline yourself, then put something in place that will discipline you,
For sure.
and create a pattern. And that behavior, that it'll start to change over time, right?
And you can only discipline yourself in so many lanes of life, all right? So, you're a human being, so being able to be disciplined across 20 different dynamics, whether it's being a great business person, being able to cut the grass every week, being able to do the laundry every week, being able to pay your bills on time. Like you only have so much capacity in this busy, crazy world that you're gonna be able to be disciplined in every lane. So, like you said, putting systems in place is something actually I'm doing right now. Delegating responsibility out to my mother, who's my partner, out to my teammates, out to my nephew, who I have make $15 runs for me. Nephew, if you do this, $15 run. It keeps me aligned with where I'm most efficient in certain efforts, whether it's engaging with people, doing events like this. I had some showings today where I had to call a partner of mine and say, hey, can you do this for me? So delegating those responsibilities and disciplines out will absolutely catapult your energy.
That's good.
I gotta get my life.
You good?
My life
girl.
is together.
You up here
we
doing
all
life
good.
is
My
together.
life is together. Okay, so how do
No, we
you
all good.
break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck?
Can I get this one, brother? All right. Brother. I like when you say something like that. Paycheck to paycheck. Actually, a partner of mine, her name is Lisa, and she's actually the first real estate agent of Scott Estates. And she contacted me the other day, and she was like, I say, are you studying your purchase agreements? Are you doing your work, whatever? She's like, yeah, I am. She says it's kind of difficult because of, whatever. She has a couple of children, so on and so forth. Well, I said, hey, it's going to take an extra effort to get out of that rat race. All right, you've been conditioned, once again, to be in this rat race, so on and so forth. It's going to take an extra effort. It's going to be uncomfortable. It is not going to be easy, but it has to be worth it. You see what I'm saying? So that extra effort and going over and beyond what you're used to, you have to be uncomfortable. You have to be unsure. You have to be uncertain. That's going to be the first emotion you feel, and then you eclipse all those things with discipline, focus, like, hey, I have to get it. Negative motivating factors like, hey, what? I don't want my kids to live like this anymore. I don't want to not go to Disney World every summer or whatever it may be when your friends are. So the extra effort, it has to go beyond what you've been doing and be uncomfortable. Figure it out. FIO, that's my thing, man. FIO. I let people to figure it out. Mike, what do I do when this happens? I'll tell you once, might tell you twice. After that, I'm like, yo, you got to figure it out. Figure it out.
It's good, man. I mean, everything is starts with a thought, and breaking the cycle again. It's a mindset, but I'm not suggesting it's easy. Trust me when I say that. It's there's so many things that play into it, but the only thing that can change it, no one can change that for you until you look and say, this is just what I want. And it's closer to us than we think. Like, you really can break that cycle. There's two things, though, you got to think about. One is if you got more money going out than coming in, which we'll just call that paycheck to paycheck, right? You got to do one or two things. You either got to drastically reduce your goals or increase your cash. Mm-hmm. Okay? And what I think most people are trying to do is to fix a problem that they cannot fix without more money. Yep. Right? It's just too much going on. I mean, if they really put their budget 300, 400, 500, 600 over, and when you're in that situation, what you're doing is you're really floating loans to yourself.
Payday loans.
Okay.
Yes,
and yeah, I mean
payday
too,
loans.
Right?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
but you floating cash to your from this check to the next check to the next check because you can't pay all the bills, so you gotta cut a little bit off on this one and then float a little bit over here, and then you're doing so you're in that space now, which was where multiple streams of income come in. Mm-hmm. Okay, you got to get to where those multiple streams are there, because if you could have fixed it with your job, you would have done that.
This
already,
is true.
Yeah.
Right.
This is true.
That's part of the challenge with living check
get you
to
another
check.
source of income.
Is you don't have to pray no more about it. You don't have to, keep going back to your budget.
Okay? You ain't got to pray no more about it.
It is what it is. You got to fix it. Okay? You just don't got enough of it in. You can't keep erasing it and making another problem. Right? You're trying to recalculate. Let me erase that now. I think
so you ain't got to pray no more about it.
You got to get busy. You got to get busy.
You got to get another stream.
Multiple streams of income. I mean, that is not going to JCPenney for $8 an hour.
Come on, 4 hours a night. $32.
That's so good that you say that, because some people, I know somebody like that. I'm not going to even say who it is, but her mindset is, well, I'm going to go get another job, and I'm going to go work at Macy's, like you said, for that $8 an hour for 20 hours a week. But by the time you drive clear across town from where you coming from to get to Macy's, you done spent your check in gas.
And Cassandra, look, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, right? I mean no disrespect, but they say any fool can work more hours to make more money, right? The goal is to wisen up and work less and make more money. So
money work for you.
Yeah, you got to figure out that space. Once again, I'm not calling anyone a fool from working multiple jobs. My mother worked 3 jobs, grave shift. You know what I mean? I get it. You feel me? You got to do what you got to do to float things. But as you become more and more enlightened and educated, you start figuring out, like, okay, you sit back, you got home from your 3rd job, you're like, you know what? This ain't going to work. I have to figure out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got to cut some calls somewhere. Something got to happen. So, once again, not calling nobody a fool, but it is the poor man's mentality that we've been carrying for so long that we have to get out of.
No, you're right.
Straight
I mean,
up.
that's true, because I look at my own little life. I'm hustling, doing multiple streams of income. And at some point, I don't want to be doing all this. I want to cut down one of these, and just focus on one thing. So you're right. We shouldn't be. I hear what you're saying. You may temporarily have to
For sure.
pick up some multiple streams of income to get to where you want to get to financially in terms of getting out of debt. But then once you get there, you need to reevaluate and say, hey, let me figure out, do I continue to do this, or do I, make some changes?
Well, look, and again, I'm going to co-sign what he's saying. I'm not against the job.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just suggesting that it was created for one reason.
Right.
And that's to create wealth for other people.
Right. Just over broke is what I say job stands for.
Jump out of building.
Just over broke.
Jump out of bridge.
Job stands for just over broke.
So this is where I'm at. We got to use creativity.
Mm-hmm.
See, employees trade hours for money. Okay, those who are successful trade ideas for money.
Right.
Ooh, that's good.
Okay, so you got to look at what. No one is going to pay you really for your time, because they can find somebody else to do that.
Straight up.
Okay, you got to have ideas. That's the producer, not the consumer.
And why do they say that multiple $1 million companies, these dudes will sell a company, and you look in the news 5 years later, they done did it again.
Yeah.
You have to be a creative. You have to be a creator.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you're a creator,
That's
I tell people all the time. So I am in real estate, but I tell people all the time, I'm a creator. So if I want to make pecan pies, guess what? My pecan pies would sell. because I'm a creator. I'm gonna make sure my label is nice and sweet. It's gonna stand out. It's gonna be some spice in there that you ain't never tasted before. We're gonna do something different. You know what I mean? So it definitely starts within yourself, and you have to be a creator. You have to create ideas, create new lanes, because even if it's always a new idea out there, be the one. You know what I mean?